I want to tell you about how I got off of my SSRI antidepressant medications with 0 withdrawals after unsuccessfully trying for 13 years. So I was prescribed an SSRI called Sertraline when I was 18 years old, and it was for OCD and depression. I took this medication on and off, and I would go in this cycle where I would start to feel better and I would think I was cured, and then I would go off this medication, and for about 6 to 8 weeks I'd be dizzy, I'd be nauseous, I'd be irritable, I'd have brain fog, and then I would get these brain zaps in my head where it felt like someone took a taser to my brain. Everyone always says you got to go off slowly, so I would taper off slowly over the course of months. And no matter how slowly I went, as soon as I fully went down to 0 and didn't take anymore, I'd start getting sick. I'd be useless for about 6 to 8 weeks. And then once all those withdrawal symptoms went away, my OCD and depression would just come right back. And then I'd go back on the medication. I did this at least 7 times over those 13 years. Now, a little bit of a background about me. I've always had a sweet tooth. I love donuts, ice cream, candy, all that stuff. I've always been a sucker for it. So on my last attempt, when I finally got off this medication, I was on this diet with my wife where we decided to cut out sweets, candy, desserts, ice cream, chocolate, all that stuff, right? And I didn't realize what I was doing at first. So I was on this diet, I was exercising, I was running like 5 to 6 times a week, and I ran out of my medication. I didn't have enough money to go to a doctor and get it refilled, so I just kind of let it go, and I put it on the back burner and forgot about it. Usually when I go off this medication, it only takes about 2 days before I start to feel the dizziness, the nausea, the brain fog, the irritability. So this time, I think 5 days had gone by when I realized, wait a second, I haven't been taking my medication. I feel totally fine. I don't feel anything. I didn't feel the nausea, dizziness, the brain fog, the brain zaps, nothing. So I hadn't made the connection yet with my diet and with exercise. I thought I'd just gotten lucky. So a few weeks later, I had a moment of weakness, and my wife and I, we bought some golden Oreos. I ate a bunch of these Oreos, and I'm telling you, within minutes, all of my withdrawal symptoms came flooding back. Dizziness, nausea, brain fog, irritability, all that stuff. And that was when I made the connection in my mind. For the next about 18 to 24 hours, I was not feeling very good, but I decided from that point, I'm going to avoid sugar as much as I can. I'm going to keep exercising. And as long as I did that, those withdrawal symptoms completely vanished. Most of the time, when you think you found a magic bullet, you haven't. But this was a discovery I made on accident. I didn't realize I was conducting an experiment, but that's exactly what was happening. As far as I can tell, I've done research into this. I haven't really found anything about a connection between SSRI withdrawal and sugar. Sometimes people call it SSRI discontinuation syndrome. I think that's just sugarcoating it. But if anyone out there does have any information about this, I'd love to hear about it, especially if there are any doctors watching this. I'm not trying to sell any kind of diet or exercise program, but I will give you a little bit of specifics. I still ate whole grains. I still ate wheat. I wasn't on any kind of like strict low carb diet. It wasn't a very strict diet at all, besides the fact that anything we considered sugar or desserts, we just eliminated, right? It's been 4 years now since I took that medication, which is incredible to me. I didn't think I would ever get to this point. Now, I will tell you that you need to work with a doctor if you're going to go off this medication. So once I realized that I wasn't having withdrawals anymore, I decided I really wanted to get off this medication once and for all. So I started working with a doctor, and we'd check in every week. She'd be like, how are you feeling? Are any of these symptoms coming back? She'd check on me, and we worked very closely together, made sure I was doing this safely. So always work with a doctor, and trust what your doctor says over anything you find on YouTube, right? Whatever it is you're going through, I hope you're able to push through it. And if you're trying to get off these drugs, I wish you success, and I hope this helps you in your journey. Have a blessed day.